Hey guys, today I'm back with the Rating Your Sports Card series where you send in your sports cards pickup, the card you bought, the price you paid, and then I give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 5. If you want to be a part of the next one, make sure to go follow me over on Instagram at Trike415cards. But besides that, let's just get straight into it. First up, we have Milo Sports Cards who picked up a Kevin Durant Topps rookie PSA 8 for $35. Now, right off the bat, you probably don't even have to check comps to know that this is a really good price. But because I like to put the extra effort in here on the channel, I actually did go and check, and there are recent comps as high as $100. There's certainly some lower than that, but I didn't see any as low as $35, so you definitely got a very, very good deal on this one. And this card actually plays in perfectly to a little theory I got going. I've been running the numbers in my head, and it's led me to buy a lot of cards in this $30 to $50, $60, $70 range. It's pretty much widely agreed at this point that PSA is not going to be bringing back $10 grading anytime soon. There's some people who think we will get back down to maybe $30, but even then, that's like way far down the road. So while it's not a perfect theory and there's definitely some flaws to it, it doesn't work perfectly, of certain cards, it kind of limits the downside. If for the foreseeable future, the minimum to even just grade a card to get it in a slab is going to be 30, 40 bucks, paying $35 for a card that's already graded, I mean, how bad can your downside really be? Now, don't get me wrong, I've actually been saying for a while here, just because a card is in a slab doesn't mean it's worth something. Even before the major fall off we had, I was like, we're gonna see $1 slabs. All this Trae Young second year insert base that we're sending in, that's literally gonna be a $1 slab at some point. And we're not quite there yet, but we are getting there, and it's really only a matter of time. While a Kevin Durant Topps base isn't exactly a LeBron exquisite auto, it's not a garbage card. That is something that is desirable. People will want that. It might be new collectors or people who don't take, sports card investing crazy seriously, but there will always be at least some sort of demand for that card. And there's also some short-term upside depending on what the Nets and KD do this year. As I put it so eloquently in my notes here, Nets, KD are good. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. With the Lakers struggles, with some other teams struggling, they still have a really good team there, even with the Kyrie drama going on. So you never know, the Nets may make a run. And once again, for $35, what do you really have to lose? I'm gonna give this pickup 5 stars. Next up, we have Football Card Guru who picked up a Maradona Chronicles. I believe this is like the historic ticket auto for $700. Now, my first thought when I saw this submission is I was like, oh my God, this has to be an overpay. There's no way, $700. But then I went and checked comps, and yeah, that's about what this card goes for around this time. Now, I'll just be honest, this card is just not really one I'm a fan of. It's a sticker auto. It's from a, I guess, lower tier set is what you would call Chronicles. I know they have some nice stuff in there, but in general, it's definitely a lower tier release. And the thing is, even though Maradona has passed away, RIP to a real legend, they must just have books full of his autographs, because literally every single release, they are just pushing out these Maradona sticker autographs. Mosaic, Chronicles, Donruss that just came out. I'll put it on the screen. I don't even know, but just you can do a quick eBay search and see there are a ton of these Maradona autos. And while some may hold value, this one in particular, there's just nothing special to it to me. It's not any type of parallel, just sticker autograph, not an amazing design, and from what I can see from Panini, they're just gonna keep printing out more and more Maradona autographs, so the supply is just going to keep increasing. I feel bad because this is my guy. Shout out to you. I appreciate the submission. I think it's a cool card, definitely cool for the collection, but at $700, that's just too high of a price for me to pay for this particular card. I'm gonna have to give it 2 stars. Next up, we have D Talbot 06, who said he bought a Carlos Sainz Topps Chrome Sapphire out of 70 for $15. And I believe this is the 70th anniversary parallel that's numbered to 70. Now, it's kind of hard to critique this one. At $15, you're getting a numbered card that looks pretty nice, even though it's not the base driver portrait. It's still a pretty cool card. To me, actually, I think that the non-portrait cards are pretty undervalued compared to what the portraits are going for. Not to mention the fact that I think Carlos is kind of slept on. I have a couple of his cards. He actually beat Charles Leclerc this year, who's like, the golden boy of Ferrari. And he ended up finishing in 5th place in the entire Drivers' Championship, which is very, very impressive. He's just very consistent, and I think he has a bright, bright future. So considering he's comparatively a lot cheaper than the other drivers, I think he's definitely worth a shot. But at the same time, I actually wanted to make a whole video about this, so let me just be very clear. I think people need to be very, very careful with Formula One cards right now. Formula One is all over Twitter, all the influencers are talking about it, you see it on YouTube. I feel like it's all over my Instagram feed, all these high-end Formula One cards that are coming up. I think there's a lot of people who are chasing right now, who are like, oh my God, Formula One is the biggest growing sport in the world, the Netflix series, I need to get in. This is no shade on him because he's the furthest thing from a pump and dumper, but oh, you know, card collector too, bought Formula One cards, I need to get it, I need to buy it right now. One of the #1 mistakes you can make when sports card investing is chasing, feeling like, you know, that FOMO feeling like I'm gonna miss out if I don't buy Formula One. That's not saying don't buy Formula One or they can't go up even more. It's just telling you guys to be careful. I've picked up Formula One. I love Formula One. I haven't been doing too much buying lately because prices are a ton higher than they were when I was first getting in. I mean, you can even just look at the price of a hobby box. It released, I think it was literally $200, and now they're reselling for $2,000. So if you believe in Formula One and you can get good deals like this, by all means go for it. But just be careful because there's a lot of hype right now. So I'm gonna give, just for that reason alone, this is a little tough, but I'm gonna give this 4 stars just to remind people to be careful when it's more of a 5-star pickup, so you can keep that one. And last up, we have a Messi National Landmarks BGS9 picked up by the Card Professor, one of the goats of the hobby community, and he got this card for $1,200. Now, I'm a little biased, but I am a huge fan of this low pop, rarer, modern, I think, you know, technically ultra modern soccer stuff. I love the rookies, I already have some, but actually, believe it or not, I think a lot of my focus in 2022 is gonna be on these national landmarks, you know, Prism Golds, Topps Chrome Golds, maybe if you can get them. For a guy like Kevin De Bruyne, he doesn't have too many crazy chase cards out there. I mean, there's the rookie, but if you take that out of there, soccer was just not produced over the last couple years. It's starting to now, but over the last couple years, there's just not as many products as basketball. So the nice stuff, some of the cooler, more creative inserts, the golds, there's just not as much out there. So it's cool, and it's possible to really secure some of these guys' best stuff. And also in terms of price, you look at a Messi, a Ronaldo, a Lewandowski, a De Bruyne. These inserts are relatively affordable. I know it's different, and I've been very clear about that, but comparing it to basketball, it just makes sense for me. Maybe I can't put it into exact numbers and do a crazy analysis, but I just feel comfortable paying these prices and picking up these cards where they're at right now. And even more than that, I talked to the Card Professor, and he has a plan to crack this card and send it to PSA. And I think that is just, maybe genius is a little too much praise because a lot of people do this type of thing, but it just makes so much sense to me. Usually once you get into the $1,000 range, even if you crack it out and you get a PSA 9, even just the bump from a BGS 9 to a PSA 9 is usually at least enough to cover your grading fee. And if you get a little bit of luck and you pull a PSA 10, wow, I don't know how else to say it besides that's a major come up. That's awesome. So the fact that he's picking up a card which is pretty similar to stuff that I personally want to pick up for my collection in 2022, plus with the little, side upside of sending it to PSA and maybe getting lucky, I definitely have to give this pickup 5 stars. But alright guys, that's it for the video. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, comment if you want to see another one, follow me over on IG, and I will see you guys next time.